Hello and welcome to another episode of The Word for Kids. I'm Jamie and I'm guiding you through the books of Joshua, Judges, and Ruth in a series of 20 episodes. Last time, we learned the story of Samson and Delilah. Remember, an angel of the Lord came to Samson's parents and told them that he would be a Nazirite, dedicated to the Lord. Among other things, Samson was not to cut his hair. However, the rulers of the Philistines offered Delilah a lot of money to find out the source of Samson's power and help them defeat him. She nagged and nagged and nagged him some more until finally he revealed to her that if his hair was cut, he would lose his strength. So, his hair was cut, his eyes were gouged out, and he was put in jail to do hard labor. But one night, as the Philistines were having a big party to celebrate their god, they brought Samson out to entertain them. He prayed to God for his strength to return, pushed apart the pillars of the temple they were in, and the whole thing came crashing down, killing a large number of Philistines along with Samson. And that's where we left off last time. Are you ready for today's adventure? Let's go! So now we've made our way through the books of Joshua and Judges, and now we're on to Ruth. Ruth is such a special book and one of my favorites in the whole Bible. So let's get started. During the time the judges ruled, there was a famine in the land. A man from Bethlehem and Judah, together with his wife and his 2 sons, went to live for a while in the country of Moab. The man's name was Elimelech, his wife was Naomi, and their sons were Mahlon and Chilion. Unfortunately, Elimelech died, and Naomi was left with her 2 sons. Her sons married women from Moab. One was named Orpah, and one was named Ruth. After they had been in Moab 10 years, both of Naomi's sons died as well, and Naomi was then left without her husband or her children. How sad that must have been to lose her whole family. Naomi heard that the Lord had come to the aid of his people by providing food for them, and so prepared to return to her former home in Judah. But Naomi said to her daughters-in-law, "Go back to your mother's homes. May the Lord show you kindness as you have shown kindness to your dead husbands and to me." She kissed them goodbye, and they wept aloud and told Naomi, "We will go back with you to your people." But again she said to them, "Return home, my daughters. Why would you come with me? I'm too old to find another husband. It's more bitter for me than for you, because the Lord's hand has turned against me." Again, her daughters-in-law wept aloud. Orpah kissed Naomi goodbye, but Ruth clung to her. Naomi continued to try to convince Ruth to go too. "Look, your sister-in-law is going back to her people and her gods. Go with her." But Ruth refused. "Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. May the Lord deal with me, be it ever so severely, if even death separates you and me." When Naomi realized that Ruth was determined to go with her, she stopped urging her. Let's pause right there for today's word of the day.
Determination. Deciding to do something without changing your mind.
Okay, so as we talked about, Ruth was determined to stay with Naomi. When the 2 of them arrived in Bethlehem, the whole town was stirred because of them, and the women exclaimed, "Can this be Naomi?" "Don't call me Naomi," she told them. "Call me Mara, because the Almighty has made my life very bitter." Mara was a Hebrew word that meant bitter. Poor Naomi had been through so much and had such a difficult life that she wanted her name to be changed to Bitter. When Naomi and Ruth returned from Moab, it was the beginning of the barley harvest. And that's where our story ends for today. But now it's time for the verse to remember. Today's verse is Ruth 1:16. But Ruth replied, "Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God." One more time. But Ruth replied, "Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God." Ruth 1:16. Wow, this story was sad, but also sweet. It would be so hard to lose your husband and both of your children like Naomi did. And in the culture at the time, the husbands were to take care of the family, and then sons would take care of their parents as they got older. So Naomi really had no one to take care of her. She tried to encourage her daughters-in-law to go back to their own town and their own people in Moab, and not to continue with her to Bethlehem. She wanted them to have the chance to stay with their parents and find new husbands. But Ruth was determined to stay with her mother-in-law, even though she knew life with her would be difficult. Ruth was really committed to her husband's mother, even after her husband died. Clearly, she loved her very much to give up her previous life and everyone else she knew and loved to follow Naomi. Love is such a special gift from God, and we should treasure it. Hold tight to the ones who love you and whom you love, and thank God for the relationships you have in your life. That's all the time we have for today. I can't wait to see you again soon for another episode of The Word for Kids.